It's the start of a new year. It's the start of a new vlog. So yes, it is the 2nd of January. I'm about to start reading. So I thought I would update you guys. So I'm reading. I'm starting this week. I don't think I will finish. The biggest book on my TBR this month, which is The Bone Shard War by Andrea Stewart. This is the 3rd and final book in the Drowning Empire trilogy. So the first book, The Bone Shard Daughter, I gave 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was a great start to the trilogy. The second book, The Bone Shard Emperor, was very meh for me. There was a lot I thought that could be taken out. The timekeeping wasn't flowing. And I gave it 3 stars. So I am hesitant to start this. I think that's why I didn't read it last year. But also looking forward to seeing how Andrea finishes this trilogy. So the synopsis of The Bone Shard Daughter. The Emperor's reign has lasted for decades, his mastery of bone shard magic powering the animal-like constructs that maintain law and order. But now his rule is failing and revolution is sweeping across the Empire's many islands. Lyn is the Emperor's daughter and spends her days trapped in a palace of locked doors and dark secrets. When her father refuses to recognise her as heir to the throne, she vows to prove her worth by mastering the forbidden art of bone shard magic. Yet such power carries a great cost, and when the revolution reaches the gates of the palace, Lyn must decide how far she is willing to go to claim her birthright and save her people. So this book is 611 pages long. I can't remember if I said that already or not. So theoretically, today's Tuesday, I could read just over 100 pages a day and have this finished by the end of the week. I'm not aiming for that, but if it happens, even better. But yeah, I've heard some people say this is a really good ending to the trilogy. I've heard some people say it's not that great. It's a bit like the 3rd book, not that great. I'm hoping I do enjoy it because I know that Andrea has a new trilogy, I think, starting this year. So if I do enjoy this one, obviously out of 3 books, so let's say if I do 5, 3, 4, average rating's about 4 stars a book. That's quite good for me, so I can hopefully carry on with Andrea as an author that I like, because I'm finding with fantasy I'm either really into it or I'm just like, I don't want to read. And especially when it comes to adult fantasy or high fantasy, which is what I class this as, I don't gel with this most of the time. But yeah, so I will start this tonight, like I said. Probably won't update you guys tonight. I'll probably update you tomorrow because I am working from home tomorrow, so I should hopefully have time during my lunch to read a bit more. But yeah, and if you want to see the rest of my TBR, it is currently up on YouTube, and I will link it down below if you want to go watch that. So I will see you all tomorrow with hopefully an update near the 200 page mark. Hi, it's Thursday. I did start The Bone War on Tuesday. I promise I did. I just haven't read anything since. I read 70 pages, not gonna lie, had to quickly find a wrap up of what happened in book 1 and 2 because I was could not remember. I've enjoyed the 70 pages. I don't know if you can tell, I am really tired. First week back at work, and let's start a high fantasy. But I'm not giving up. I'm just gonna make this my probably month book and maybe read 150 pages a week just to get through it. But I am hankering for some thriller, so I will be starting and finishing this week Find You First by Linwood Barclay. Linwood is an author that I see banded a lot in crime, thriller, groups and with Bookstagrammers and booktubers and BookTokers recently. And I've read one Linwood Barclay book. Am I gonna remember which one it is without checking Goodreads? I've read 2. I read Too Close to Home and No Time for Goodbyes, I think they're called. Because it was kind of one followed the other. but they could have read as standalones. So I'm not going to say I'm going to read all Linwood's like backlog, but if I see a book in it and I think, oh yeah, I want to read it, I want to read it. But yeah, no, I think I can smash this out by the end of this week. No, I know, even though I've just realised it's over 450 pages. Because I'm going to bring it to work tomorrow, because I am finding, even this week, I'm not taking my full hour lunch breaks that I'm entitled to. So I'm going to bring a book in the hope that I actually do some reading. I've done this a couple of times in previous years, and it's actually helped me get through my stack. Haven't done it in the past year or so just because I've been really busy at work, but working through my lunch break isn't good for me. And I'm actually known as the one in the office who will shout at her colleagues to stop them from working on emails or LinkedIn or spreadsheets or the system to get them to have a lunch break. It's a saying we have in our office that if anyone walked in during the day, they would think we would hate each other, the amount of times we shout at each other, but and swear at each other. But we are like a family, a dysfunctional family, where that works for us. But if you try and imitate us, then you're not part of the team or Holy Hellfire. So yes. So tangent. My hope is to bring a book, and I used to do this a few years ago. Bring a book to work, and like I said, I would get through so many books. I would actually have a workbook and a home book each week. And don't ask me how I managed to do that. I think it's because I started my working life in the library and I've just carried that on. But I'm thinking, do I try and get back to that? Which did mean I ended up normally having the hardbacks being my at-home books and my paperbacks being my workbooks. So let's see if that works. Maybe I make that my challenge for this month or this year to see if I do read more than the 71 books I read last year by having a home book each week and a workbook. But I'm not going to put that in my journal or anything. I'm not going to make that an official challenge. I might just see if I incorporate that, and maybe I make that a month challenge, like I said, in the future. But I'll start it this month, see if it works. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, I've tried. So yeah, but I'm gonna go because, like I said, I am shattered, and I will update you. I will say Saturday on the progression. Progression with Find You First, and if I have read any more of the Bonus Shard War. Hello, Sunday evening. It's about 10 o'clock, so it's going to be a quick wrap up. I ended up starting Find You First. I read about 15%, I think, so I'm happy about. I'm happy that I've actually read something. Not happy I didn't finish it. But yesterday is where I read the 15% away to my friends, but time ran away from before I went to theirs, and then today was D&D. Got back home, ended up doing the things I should have done Saturday before going to my friends, so didn't really have time to read until about now. And I'm gonna be honest, now should be bedtime. So yes, 15% done. Enjoying it. There's a couple of characters that's been introduced, and I'm like, I don't know how you're going to be relevant, but okay, let's see where this goes. It's gone dark, I'm not going to lie, for a couple of characters, and I'm just like, okay. And then I read a couple of non-spoiler reviews on Goodreads. I'm not gonna lie, accidentally, because I want to see what else Linwood had, and instead of clicking on the name I had written, I just clicked on the name, I scroll down, and I read, I know Linwood is dark and twisty, but that one was a bit dark, and I'm just like, okay. So yeah, so end of week, not finished a book, but I've made a start, and I have plans on completing at least one of these books this week. And as my header says, slow and steady start to the year. As long as I've read 5 books by the end of this month, I'll be a happy bunny. If I've read 4 books, oh well, it just means one more book to add on somewhere, and this is me, and I do sometimes have these months where I'm just like smashing out books, and then I have other months where I struggle to read 5. But we're being positive, we're doing slow and steady, and we're hoping that means that I will get there 260 books by the end of December. That's the main goal. Yeah, so that is this week's vlog. Not a lot going on, not a lot of reading going on, but I'm back, and the vlogging mojo is coming back, and the reading mojo is hopefully coming back. Yeah. So yeah, so until the next video, bye.